Alright, so once again I'm jumping into this late after I've already started this. So, let me jump into it. As Mr. Damaso says, let's meet the parts. This, my friends, is the A-Wing. It's an Alan Rivard A-Wing. I bought this STL file from him a couple of years ago. I had an Eligo Mars, and then I quickly realized I couldn't print the damn thing. So after buying a Uniformation GK or GK2, however you want to say it, I was able to print it. So you know, I kind of alluded to this a few weeks ago for Wonderfest. Said I had a lot of irons in the fire, and this happened to be one of them. So the Alan Rivard comes with, actually it's Aline Rivard, I believe. That's the way he spells it. But these are the fuselage. Come on, say it. Say it! I speak English. These are the fuselage halves. Very well done. A lot of detail, a lot of raised panels. I mean, detail's nice. It really is. So, and it's beefed up, so it's pretty sturdy. I had to do a little cleanup on the, you know, on the mating surfaces to get it to fit together, but it fits really good. When I printed it, I had to kind of print it at an angle like that so I could fit it on the damn build table. So I got my little divots here, but I was able to minimize the ones on the back, and all this would be hidden. So, so these are the fuselage halves. Here's the two engines, and as you can see, they're you know, you can light them. Oh yeah. So this is the cockpit, and this is the only kind of beef I had. Well, I'd call it a beef. What I did was I wound up importing it into 3D Builder, split it into 3 spots, and the back is in the paint booth. So this is how it prints. The way he gets it from you, and I'm gonna right below all the gadgets. I use that as the split line, so it allowed me to do that. And then within, you know, once I had it in 3D Builder, I was able to go in and hollow out the instruments. So that's, you know where that's going. It's gonna get lit. And you ask, well, why didn't you do it in clear? Because you really couldn't get, focus. You really couldn't get to it from here. In other words, trying to put some fiber optic or something like that, it just wasn't obtainable. So anyway, like I said, I split it 3 spots, and I put it back together in Chitu box just to make sure the damn dimensions were right, and it was right, and then I just pulled it back apart and printed it. So I'm pretty happy with it. Of course, you know, that'll get some SMDs and some winkies and blinkies, focus, a lot of detail, and then having the bottom open, it allows you to get at that detail. I don't know whether you're going to see it, but anyway, so that's that. He gives you a little cockpit guy. No, he doesn't come with arms. When you fit him in, he's armless. So yeah. Alright, I printed 2 clear canopies, and I also did a buck. Now, I'm on the fence as to which way it was going, trying to, you know, whether I can make a canopy vacuum form or what, but I had a lot of success sanding and polishing the swordfish, and I'm going to do the same here. So we'll see how that comes out. Then these are your 2 side guns, 2 rear engine pieces, and then this is the central piece that goes there. And as you can see, these are the mounting holes for that engine piece I just showed you, and then these are where the lights will go through for this, because I hollowed that out. And that's it. That's it for the Alan Rivard, or Aline Rivard A-Wing, 1/32 scale. I didn't blow it up or anything. This has a Mr. Surfacer on it. Let me get you. So I used some of that just to test out on the fins to see if I can get the build lines, and it covered the build lines pretty good. So I'm on the fence about that. It goes on really thick. I even think there's a 1500 if I'm not mistaken. I may get it, but I put it on. So well, let's back up. I used the Mr. Filler on this. I used primer filler on these because this did have some build lines, or I should say some facets, and I sprayed it heavy, and then I sanded it down, and it came out really well. So I haven't shot this yet. I'm about to. I was cleaning up some areas. For some reason, get focused. For some reason I had a little divot there when it printed. But I did a really light sanding, so I got rid of the that washboard effect. Moving around, like I said, everything else came out pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with it. But anyway, this is one of the fires that were in the iron at the time. So alright, so this is one of my reference photos, and it's probably of the studio model. So what I did was I kind of mixed up some paint, and I saved these empty jars. I clean them out, and then they make really good things to mix up paint. But anyway, this is the A-wing red oxide. Basically took some red, some Hull brown, and some NATO brown, threw a little orange in there to, may have to shoot it and then tone it down a little bit more. But anyway, I did the white the same way. It's not white, it's a mix of gray and white, like a neutral gray, just to take the brightness out of the white. So I'll shoot the white on these just to see how it looks. If I'm happy with it, then we'll go ahead and shoot the rest of the model in the white. Alright, so I got the holes cleaned up, sanded up. I took a little drill bit and went back through some of the rivets because they weren't pronounced very well, and it looks pretty damn good. So right now I shot it with a primer filler. Use the Duplicolor primer filler, and that'll get some of the construction lines from the 3D print out of it. But first I shot it with this thing, the adhesion promoter. My only beef is the fucking nozzles are shit. So as you can see, I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 cans here with 2 failed nozzles. So I've been robbing the nozzle from one and just going to the other one. This one's about empty. So Duplicolor, get your shit together, because your fucking paint nozzles suck. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'll let these dry and then shoot the white. Actually, I take it back. What I'm gonna do is highlight the panel lines. Do a little bit of, do it in black and then go over it with the white, and then that'll give me some pre-shading. So it's kind of what I'm going. All right, so. So I spent the last 2.5 hours on this crappy Sunday just masking off the white to leave the red, so all the places exposed right now will be red. I did do the gray panels as seen on the reference photos, and I highlighted with the gray just to see how it shows up underneath the red. I know black will come out really good, but I wanted something subtle. So fixing to work on the pilot. I shot interior. And let me turn that off. Alright, Mr. Compressor. So I shot the interior in a, what the hell is that, German gray? True, German gray. Then I'll take the pens and kind of go over the highlights, and then that's where my lights will shine through. See how they come out. So hopefully it'll be good. So if I didn't mention this before, what I did was I imported this into 3D Builder and split it into 3 pieces. So here's the floor for the bottom of that, and whoop. And here's the backrest where the pilot goes for the back here. So they said did the bottom German gray, and then I'll do the back in probably some kind of lighter color, and then the backrest. So anyway, all right. So I'm gonna let the gray dry, and then I'm gonna shoot the red. Provided it doesn't get too bad out right now. It's starting to rain. So. So here's the A-wing. This is, not sure where I left off, but I got the hole drilled 5mm to fit the 6mm slide that's going to be in the base. Those are the engine lights. I'll have the cockpit lights coming down through here, and then the back, get back here. And then the back will have for the little engines be lit. And other than that, so the cockpit, I did the same thing as I did with the Swordfish. This is the Anycubic high clear resin. It came out cloudy, so I started with so a 600, and like an 800, then a 1,000, then a 15, and then a 3,000, and then I took the Novix on a pom-pom on the Dremel, polished it out, and I got it all damn polished out, and then I fucking realized that there's some imperfections right here. But like I did with the Swordfish, I printed a couple of the clear pieces, so I redid, you know, I had this one done. I just spent another hour and a half fucking polishing it up. This one here has got a little more to do, particularly around the band there, but you know, it's got that, it's actually got like a weathered look to it, but it needs a little more polish, and then we'll call it done. So getting ready to close it up and go from there, and then the fun begins with the weathering. So I'm ready to get this behind me. Got other things to go. So I got a little tube cutter, got the brass tube. So this is 6mm, 5mm. This will slide in there. I just got to clean up the opening, this will go up in the A-wing. Got my holes drilled for the fat hands, for the plug, and for my switch, and get ready to prime this. I wanted to get all the holes drilled first so it looked clean when I paint it. So I'm gonna shoot it in black, and then this will get done in red, and then I'll, I don't know, soak that with like a black wash, so that galactic standard kind of stands out. But then I'll have a stencil, you know, A-wing, and then you know, I'll have it actually to be the A-wing. Maybe I'd like to put the Rebel with a cause probably on the front, so I may skip the A-wing part. But anyway, basically. Alright, so here we are, I guess October 4th, and this is the A-wing. I have started to do the weathering, so I've got a couple of shots. I got to go over it with like a black wash right now, do the white. Then I have the weathering pencils from who the hell are that? AK, I guess AK Miniatures, whatever, but it's starting to look okay. So I got a little bit more around the engines, clean that up. I cleaned up the seam, and then we'll go from there. But that's the way it's looking right now. Trying to get it ready for Model Palooza 2025. So, all right. Alright, Larry here with you. This is the Allen, however you want to pronounce it, Rivard A-wing. It's 124 scale. It's 3D printed. I bought the files from him, oh my god, years ago. I had bought an Elegoo Mars, I don't know, Pro, I guess. And then after I bought the damn files, I realized it wouldn't fit in the bed. So I kept the files for all the years until I bought my Uniformation, and I was able to print this. I had to print it sideways, but I did get it on the bed. So everything here, with the exception of the bottom part of the base, is a 3D print. That is the ultra clear, I think, Anycubic, I don't know. But anyway, it required the same thing I did with my swordfish. You know, you print it, clean it. I didn't dip it in the solvent, you know, with the rest of the stuff where it was that gray stuff. This was, I pulled it out of the vat, and then just used alcohol, sprayed it off, and took a toothbrush and, you know, scrubbed off the excess, and then but it did require a lot of sanding, you know, all the way up to I think 5,000 grit, and then some polishing with the Novex on the pom-pom. But I'm happy with it. You know, it came out good, and you know, as Phil over there at Spruver said, it gives it the realistic, you know, the little bit of haze. You know, it doesn't make it look like a clean canopy, you know, like a brand new ship or whatever. But anyway, I had a lot of fun with this one. Really, this is really my first Star Wars model that I built, and so I really went to town with the dirty in it. And at one point I thought maybe I went overboard and walked away from it, and came back, and you know, Drew, my friend, was like, "Nah, man, it looks good." So didn't do crazy, too crazy. So, but it definitely got beat up. I took it to not Wonderfest, Model-Palooza, and they gave me a silver on it, so I'm happy. So I got the flickering amber bulbs in there. I put a diffuser in the main engines. It probably could have done a little lighter. So I think maybe on the Y-wing, I'll do that. Put a bigger bulb in there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the outcome of it. You know, in the paint. I don't know what else to say. So my base, I did in the galactic language, I guess. And then, if you can read that, you know, it says "Rebel with a Cause." So, kind of hold true. But overall, I'm pretty damn happy with this thing. So, gonna do another one. I'll do not an A-wing, but you know, have the Y-wing next up to print. So we'll go from there. But anyway, thanks for looking. And if, like I said, you want to know where it is, it's Alan Rivard. He's on Facebook. And I believe right now he's got a special on the STL files for, I don't know, certain percentage off. I was helping a guy at Model-Palooza look it up because he was interested in one. So, you know, go see the man, get the print, and enjoy your own. But so this is my A-wing. All right, thanks for looking.